I'm Janet Richmond, and this is the Higher Self Voice.
Hello, viewers. Good morning, good morning. So fun to be here. It's going to be a great morning. I'm Janet Richmond. It's the Higher Self Voice. I have a terrific guest today. His name is Mark Alyn. Before I get to fully introducing him, I would like to just tell you that last week I had a really interesting insight, and I'm going to change the tenor of the show slightly. Instead of doing outright healings for people who are really hurting, who are in pain, suffering, struggling for whatever reason, I'm shifting it to the other side of the coin, and now I'm going to work on requests from my guests for things in their life that are good, but they want more of. They want it expanded. They want it better. They want it to grow. They're happy and they're really loving what they do, but they still have dreams. They still have hopes. They still have goals that haven't been met. So they are going to be talking to me and requesting something like that, some expansion in their lives. And that's the other side of the coin. It uses the same techniques. It's not shifting that much, but it is a shift in focus. And so we'll find out in a moment what Mark would like to work on, what he wants to expand.
Wait a second. Can I ask a question here? Wait, I want it all. I want the healing, the expand. I want the whole enchiladas.
Well, the fact of the matter is, even when you work on the expansion, you're going to get a healing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
okay.
For sure. Thank you for checking.
You're welcome.
Anyway, that's Mark Alyn, guys. He is a radio host in his own right. He has a show, Late Night Health, and the reason I know Mark is I was on his show. I believe it was March or April.
Yes, I think so.
And he's such a great host, and I just feel very fortunate that he's here. He's already helping me anyway.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Meeting people in radio and TV has been my life. I mean, I've been doing this for years. and meeting people like you, and we had a connection, and I appreciate your inviting me to be on the show today. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, I understand that you do more than just a radio show host, that you also are a producer and a media savvy trainer kind of person?
Yes, I'm a savvy media trainer, actually.
Oh.
No, I've been producing video of one kind or another for a lot of years. I've produced infomercials, commercials, just a wide variety of things. I was looking at our studio where we are at. Have to talk to Mike. And there are a number of things that I produce. And mostly, though, I am a host. And so when I'm producing for somebody else, I work with a host, whether it's a celebrity host or somebody who may be an expert. I work with them to bring them up so that they get the message across.
Well, one of the things that I loved about being on your show, and I heard from you that this is one of your strengths, I wasn't unique, is that you are able to help people feel free to tell their story and to share all of that. And you told me you learned something from everybody
Yes.
that you've been involved with. So can you expand a little bit on that?
Well, first of all, I'm gonna plug something. I'm going to plug a group called Join Our Story, and it's a program for seniors, and it's just starting. I've been involved for a couple of years with it. Join Our Story really reflects what I do with my life, and Join Our Story is about storytelling, but everybody has a story.
Yes.
People need some help.
Or many stories.
Or many stories. People sometimes need help to get it out, and that's what Join Our Story is all about. And that's what I do with either radio or video. And with today's, to use your word, expansion on the internet, which is the most powerful force ever developed. It's stronger than an atomic bomb.
I would agree.
Right?
Yes.
That's what I do. I help people expand their stories and tell their stories in hopefully creative ways.
And connect
And connect.
to worldwide,
Yes.
to everyone.
Right.
I love it, so, yes.
There's a word also, Janet, and that's engage. All right?
Yeah, that's a powerful word,
It's
too.
a very
powerful
word,
word.
yeah.
Well, I'm thinking that what you want me to work on, the expansion you might want me to work on, is something related to career.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I didn't just pull that one out of the air.
You know, Sunday night, there are a whole bunch of new game shows. I've always been told you look like a game show host because you have such a big head and a small body. and if you look, the standard talk show or game show host has this big head and small body. Look at the caricature of Pat Sajak. Big head, small, all right? So I'm perfect. So come on, guys.
Well, let's see.
Yeah, let's
we
see.
can work to open doors.
Right.
That's something that this expansion work does. So let's try it.
Okay.
So do you want to just get started?
We can do that.
Okay. Anything that I'm missing, just an expansion on the career, which is fine. That's all I need. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're not familiar with my work, and so just listen to my voice. And I do recommend you keep your eyes closed, but it's not a rule.
Okay.
It's not a should. But I use the focus of attention. And all of you viewers, by the way, if you don't remember from a prior week, if you follow along, you can expand your own lives. You don't have to be the one sitting here. You just follow along, and what I do first to bring the healing into one accord is what I call it, and I'll explain as we go. Then whatever I'm working on for Mark to help him expand, you can work on yourselves, because there's so much commonality. We're all part of the human kingdom, guys.
Right.
And it's different as much we are snowflakes, we also have a lot of things in common. So you can work on yourselves, you can get expansion in your own life, even if it's not related to career.
Oh, wow.
Can be on anything. Because let's say we work on fear, let's say we see some fear, and because I work with the soul, I'm doing a soul scan related to other lifetimes. We don't know what we've had in other lifetimes, so you may not be able to relate to everything I say at the mind level from this life, but if it's coming up for me, it's some things that have happened to you before, and you still carry it with you. You carry those energies. And of course, fear, whether it's holding us back in a career or not, maybe your career is wonderful and somebody wants expansion and better relationships, the fact of the matter is fear is universal. So that's why I'm saying you can do this
I've
work.
only had one lifetime because I'm 5,000 years old, as you well know. And before we leave, I do want you to sign my book.
Oh, Mark.
Janet sent me her book when she was on Late Night Health. You can look for that, by the way, latenighthealth.com. Just search for Janet, and you'll find our interview where I took over the show there, too. But I would like you to sign the book.
Well, I don't know if this is time to mention it, but since you asked me, I appreciate you asking me, and I will sign it for sure.
Thank you.
I just found out Friday that I won an award. I won the gold medal award for my category, which was New Age, Mind, Body, Spirit, for this book.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's really great. I'm proud of you.
I don't know.
I discovered her.
I entered it on a whim. It's for eLit Books, and it's a contest for people who are self-published online, and they have many different categories, and I won the gold medal in mine. And what a shock, because I entered it on a whim and kind of forgot about it. And then I got a special
congratulations.
mailing, with their big certificate, and anyway, so.
That's really good. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, well, thank you.
I know an award-winning author.
Oh,
Okay.
well, thank you for asking me, or letting me, thank you.
Sure.
Okay, so, all right, let's get started.
Sure.
All right, so I want you to quiet your mind. I encourage everybody to close their eyes, because what is very important in this work, and everybody can do it, is using the focus of attention. The focus of attention is simply a turn-on switch. We are in the free will kingdom, us humans, and we have to give permission for this work to be done by the divine energies that I'm going to begin to engage. And the the focus of attention is the turn-on switch. It's our way of saying, okay, we're inviting in the divine energies. We are giving them permission to do the healing. It's not me that does it. It's these energies, and we all have them. And right now, I would like you, Mark, to begin. It's a simple technique for anybody just to focus on my voice, listen to what I say, allow those thoughts that go through your mind just to be in the outskirts. And if they rumble in at some point, just refocus and use that focus of attention, which is easier to use with the eyes closed, and that's my recommendation. In any case, we are going to, I want you to focus right now on the now moment. It is an actual energy field, and the higher selves are setting it up around us. I see it moving into place. We can manipulate it. It is an energetic field, and we're going to expand it. We're going to expand it symbolically 360 degrees around us, so it is going to encapsulate the totality of the total journey of each of us at the soul level, from the moment in time we were first expressed as minerals, and moving to encompass the totality of our mineral, plant, animal, and human life and beyond. And as a result, there is a very huge forever now moment that's been created. And within this, we do this because the forever now moment takes into account the totality of our journey, so that whatever I'm working on, because I do a soul scan for the healing, whatever I'm working on, in fact, I get to address not just one event, one situation, one condition, or even one lifetime. I'm going to be working to do the expansion by getting deep, seeing what you've brought in from past lives, and utilizing the techniques and the divine energies to neutralize and dissolve the issues that might be holding you stuck or holding you back or slowing the progress that you want to make in the career. So, but right now I want you to focus on the divine energies that I've been talking about. We each have something, and we don't worry about the name, but we have something called the pure soul essence. The pure soul essence is like the God within, the divine within, the spirit within, the light within. There's a lot of terms for it, and it isn't about the term, it's what the term represents. It represents what each and every soul has, the element, the aspect of originating source in its totality. And that's what each soul carries. And at the human kingdom level, part of our journey is to move to the awareness and the understanding that we do carry it. And we do, and I want you to focus, Mark, on this light within. I like to suggest a symbol of the sun, because the sun is so powerful in its own right that it's easier to connect with the incredible power that this pure soul essence has and is in our lives. So I want you to look at it or think of it as this symbolic sun, and just see it beginning to spread, to expand, to almost pulse out like a heartbeat, moving that beautiful, powerful, brilliant light in through and around the totality of that physical body, in through and around the totality of your etheric bodies, and in through and around the totality of that soul process that you and I are both have both activated and is within this forever now moment. And in this way, the light is filling this forever now moment, and it's brilliant. It's bigger than the planet. It's moving into the universe, known and unknown. And in fact, there are souls that are being attracted to this light and are partaking of the light. Souls that aren't aware they carry their own light, and they are, whatever they're ready for, whatever the next level of expansion is that they are ready for in their own evolutionary process, they are partaking that divine light that we are processing and we are providing. And there's literally legions of these souls that come in, and I see it with every healing, and I do mention it every time because it's amazing. Anyway, we're now sitting in what I call the time-space continuum. It encompasses the totality of the space that you and I have evolved on. We've been on many, many planets, hundreds and thousands of planets, and the time part of the continuum is that we've been around for eons and eons, and actually billions and billions of eons of time. This is a very huge energetic field. It's hard to keep within my mind's eye, but it is where we go to set this healing up. And the last step is to move right into the pure soul essence of the originating source of all there is. This is our way of also giving permission so that we can access the energies and all the reservoir from the originating source. And we're saying, hey, we're cooperating, and this is our guarantee. We're getting all the energy, all the information at the very highest level that we can tolerate. Tomorrow maybe we could take in a higher level energy, but whatever it is today, we are taking in the highest level. We always want to be working at the highest level. Okay, right now I'm seeing a symbolic platform forming between us. The platform is simply a symbol, a way that helps me focus, and I'm seeing you, Mark, symbolically moving onto the platform. This is you, Mark, at the soul level. And it allows me to focus so I can start to delve into what are the issues that may be holding you stuck. What is it that we can work on in order for you to not only expand but to accelerate and to unfold in your highest ideal. Of course, these divine energies can never hurt nor harm. They can never in any way manipulate or control. They can't be corrupted, and they can't trespass. So what's happening today is what you, Mark, at the soul level would be allowing. Okay, so let's see. Well, I'm seeing, I'm just seeing symbols, and what I'm seeing is you've come onto the, symbolically, I'm seeing you standing on the platform, and you're looking around. It's like your head is turning really fast, back and forth. Where should I go now? Just kind of confusion, not knowing where to go now. Seeing, you have the ability to see possibilities. You actually have great vision, but what seems to be not so clear is you're not sure of where to go next, how to proceed. And so what I want to do is I want you, Mark, to just begin to let the confusion, the mystery, the questioning, there's self-doubt here too, because you wonder, where can I go at this point? What options are open to me? You see a lot of things out there. You're very savvy, you're very aware, you're very experienced. But there's still questions here, still carrying some self-doubt, which don't we all carry it? So I'm encouraging the viewers to really begin to let go of their self-doubt, their questioning, their confusion. And I want you to just see it, feel it, imagine it, Mark, moving out of your physical body, maybe as dark smoke, maybe coming out 360 degrees around you, maybe out of the top of your head. I do see, I do see a lot of stuff coming out of the top of the head because, there's some belief systems in here that are very normal belief systems. And, now I hope this isn't something that, anyway, I'm just going to say it. There's something here about your age, this idea that at your age that maybe your options are limited. Now, this is an understandable concern because guess what? There's ageism everywhere. It's a big topic. It's out there, and I think part of your storytelling, new venture is dealing with this. And so there are actual concerns about your age and the idea that you're limited because of your age. And these are concerns, these belief systems actually create ceilings that make it hard for you to go past. Even if you have dealt with a lot of this in this life, this is definitely something that is coming for many lives because especially the lives where we have a lot of hardship, a lot of struggle, subsistence living, all sorts of things. As we get older, we lose our abilities, say, as hunters, or we lose our ability we lose our strengths, or we become disabled in some way, or we get an illness that's related to aging. And the fact of the matter is you've had very real experiences, as we all have, of going through lives where you feel limited as you get older. Now, back in those lives, probably you started feeling limited at 40 or 35, because those kind of subsistence lives, we were limited then. We had led such difficult, struggling, lot of struggle type lives that, you know, we wore down ourselves physically. We didn't have the kind of information we have on staying healthy and fit and eating right and all of that. We ate what we could. And so this is a very deep pattern, and it's very interesting. It's one that I haven't worked on before, but boy, I'm going to start working on it for myself, and I encourage all the viewers to work on this, because when we confront very basic things like aging, we can carry with it belief systems, maybe even not from this life, but from other lives, all of the conglomerate. And I want you to start letting go, Mark, as much as you can, of the belief systems around this age thing. And I want it to go out the top of the head. I want you to, or you can see it going out anywhere, imagine it, and I do see you letting go. And the interesting thing is that the ceiling that I see over you, the blockage, so to speak, is really beginning to clear, because I want to send a whole bunch of light. I want to call in divine health, divine energy, divine expansion of viewpoint, clarity of vision, and expanded perception. Really important. And I want this divine energy that you carry and that we're calling in to really hit those ceilings, along with you releasing your own belief systems that have been taken on, as all of ours have, from, you know, we see around you, we get the message all the time, and especially in the entertainment field, which you're in, the whole idea of aging is very limited. I mean, you know, there's a limited perception. And so I really want you to let that go as much as possible. I want to call in, okay, and I am seeing an opening. It's as if the light is moving up through the top of your head and creating a hole in that ceiling, and it's now beginning to really expand symbolically past the ceilings. And I want to put in right now divine opportunity and divine possibilities, divine expansion, divine unfoldment. And I want those very powerful energies that you carry and that we're empowering with more and more. I want those to really begin, and it's widening the opening at the top. It sort of reminds me of a submarine where they're underground for a long time, under the ocean, and they're just recycling their air. They're there for months, and they finally get to go to the top of the ocean, and they open up the hatch, and all of that dirty, musty, stale, recycled air flies out of the hatch into the sunlight, and the sunlight is moving back in. The fresh air is moving back in. And so I want to also activate this divine circulation, allowing you to breathe, allowing you to let go of the old, because you're unlimited. And the way we are right now on this planet, you have 30, 40 years more of your life pattern. You can create many more yous. You can tap into many more of your unlimited gifts and talents, because they are unlimited.
Am I allowed to talk while you're doing this? I don't know.
You are allowed to talk. I usually just keep going. I babble on. Would you like to say something?
Yeah, well, I plan for another 60, 70 at least.
Okay, good.
That's one. And my hair is my own.
Wonderful.
I just wanted to throw that out.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, where it's going now is that I'm seeing this very powerful, unlimited quality to you, Mark. You have many gifts and talents. Some you've already tapped into. I actually see some ones that haven't been tapped into. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to or have to tap into them, but I wanted you to know that there is an unlimited nature here. You have many avenues and many roads that you can go down, but I want to see if there's any elements other than what we've already worked on, some confusion here. And you actually have stopped. I'm going back to the original symbol on the platform. You've stopped sort of moving the head back and forth. You're kind of just standing there and just much more open in a way to see what's going to happen, to see what you're going to see. I want to put in divine vision. You have tremendous vision already, but we want to empower that. And I want to see what's happening underneath with those gifts and talents. Oh, well, you know, it's interesting because what you just did, I love the order that this work always comes up with. What you just did, in fact, freed you from a lot of energy, because the searching energy, the constant looking outward, or the confusion, or the wanting to figure out what's the next step, takes energy. And it also takes energy to hold or limit ourselves. It takes energy to keep reinforcing those belief systems. So what I'm seeing now is when you're standing there on the platform, it's as if you're able to go within. It's as if you're paying attention in a way to yourself, that self-awareness. You're paying attention in a deeper way, in a way that you haven't fully focused on. And I would like you now to simply focus within. Focus on the pure soul essence that you carry. This pure soul essence for all of us is the purest, most perfect, and most potent personal power that we have. And the focus on that pure soul essence is absolutely key. I call it the Panama Canal of the self-help work. You know, before the Panama Canal, if you wanted to get products from Europe to California, you had to go around the tip of South America. It was a huge journey. When they put in the Panama Canal, it cut off half the journey or more. I don't know if it's half or 2/3, but there's still a journey. But it cut off so much travel time, and it's the same with this pure soul essence. The more that we focus on it, the more that we go within. We have an issue, become one with that light you have within, whether you call it the pure soul essence or anything else. Focus on that brilliant light and put the issue, put the thing you want to work on. And so right now we're going to do that. Mark, I want you to focus on that light within, that brilliant sunlight, symbolic sunlight. And right now I want you to see and just put right inside there the expansion of your career. And I want you, knowing that this is divine energy, it works not only to neutralize and dissolve things we don't want, it works to empower what we do want. This is much more powerful, in fact, than saying a mantra over and over again, I'm successful, or whatever you might want to say. It's not to say that those don't work, but the pure soul essence, once we've given it permission for that divine energy to work, this is going to start to create huge shifts in your pattern, only in your highest ideal, only in balance, only things that you can handle. Doesn't mean that you won't hit some bumps in the road. That's normal, but then you can throw the bumps in the road into the pure soul essence. So let's see where this is taking. And what I see immediately is that you have, I'm seeing right away the number 5 arenas to work with, 5 abilities or gifts and talents. Now, whether they're 5 or whether that's just a symbol for your unlimited, I think it's symbolic, but it's just, there's 5 very strong, very powerful gifts and talents, and the pure soul essence light is creating a pathway, so to speak, symbolically, from those gifts and talents and moving it upwards, symbolically, up through the top of your head and then through that hole in the ceiling, that huge hole that is now really big. So you are continuing to do the neutralizing on the belief systems. You're continuing to dissolve the self-doubts, the worries, the concerns, the beliefs in ageism, or whatever, the age factor, whatever might come up for you. So there is a tremendous amount of space being created there. And so now this very empowering energy, the divine pathways, so to speak, that you're creating for yourself out of your own pure soul essence, are moving up through, symbolically, through the top of your head and out through Oh, this is really interesting. Okay, so I'm going to activate another energy, something called creative life force energy. It is a very powerful, powerful divine energy. We all carry it, and I want to activate it and really empower it. And what it does is it's an impersonal energy, as all the divine energies are. We personalize all the divine energies, and if we personalize them through the pure soul essence, that's the best way. And we're calling into the pure soul essence. We're activating this creative life force energy. All it wants to do is create. It's all it wants to do. It's obsessive compulsive in a way, and it wants to create. And so we're bringing it in and having it become one with the pathways that we have, or you have, created from these symbolic 5 gifts and talents. And it's empowering these pathways, and it's allowing them to become more and more and more. We're going to put in divine acceleration, divine unfoldment, divine destiny. It's a brilliant, brilliant white light. It's almost fanning out. There are 5 gifts and talents symbolically, but they all seem to intertwine. The light is moving like a giant fan, but it's a 360-degree fan. It's just beautiful the way it's evolving for you. And again, I don't know exactly how it's going to move, but I don't think that there's any right one. So you might something might take off, and you'll think, oh, this is one of them, and then maybe that actually is just leading you to a door that's open. You go through the door, and there's something in that, when you get through the door, that is really where you're going. And there was only one. You thought it was one area. So there is no judgment. Try to be as open, and we're going to call in divine neutrality, to allow yourself to flow with the divine energies you've put in place, so that we don't create more walls or stuck places by locking in. So I want to call in the divine neutrality, and I want to dissolve any pattern, any tendency to lock in, because we're in that free will kingdom, and you are unlimited. So one thing may start to develop, and it doesn't turn out the way you thought. If you've locked into it, you can get embroiled in, you or anybody else, because we all do this, you can get embroiled in, emotionalizing, worries, fears, despair, anything like that. And you don't need that, because you're now you've really accessed, you've given permission to these divine energies to help you with the unfoldment. And there are going to be dead ends, or little jumps or hops, or little issues, or little problems along the way. But whenever you have those, just go back to this pure soul essence and really just put that little problem in there. Oh, is this something I should be worried about? And just go in and dissolve whatever it is, whatever the problem is, and ask for divine insight, divine understanding, divine wisdom, that sort of thing. And you can take this energetic technique, this incredible tool, this Panama Canal for self-help. You can take this home with you today, and all the viewers can use it too. Maybe it's not clear enough after just one session, but I do have my books, and I have my radio show, my weekly radio show. But in any case, let me just go in and check and see where we are right now. Well, I have to say, it looks great. It really looks great. You've really opened a lot. You've really released a lot. There's been, both sides of the coin have been worked on. You have neutralized some things that were holding you stuck, that were holding you in place, some concerns, some doubts, some this, that, and the other. And then the other side, you've done a lot of creation. It's as if it's a phoenix rising from the ashes. Not really, because you're already very successful. You're already very you've already expressed a lot in your outer reality. Your career is already successful, but there's more coming. So you've dissolved a lot of things that were still hanging on, things from other lives. You've dissolved. It's like the ashes are falling away into the light, being neutralized and absorbed into the light, and then the phoenix is rising. The divine you, the divine path is being expressed, is moving into place. And it's a very powerful picture I have. And with that, the higher selves are putting the cocoon of energy around you. It's an energy field that will continue to allow you to process as long as at the soul level you give permission. They can't force it on you, but they will continue to help you process both these sides of the coin as long as you're willing with this energetic field. It's like a cocoon, but it also helps mitigate or acclimate you to the shifts in your energies, because honestly, you've done a lot of shifting. There is a big expansion here, and there is no more standing on the platform and being confused. That picture is completely gone, and that is always a good sign for me. Okay, and with that,
Wow.
we're done.
We're done. That was first of all, that was amazing, and that's probably the longest I've ever been without talking while I've been awake. So,
Well, when I do a regular session, which is an hour, I don't stop the whole hour, and it's just because I'm just
I
getting.
didn't know what to expect.
But I do. I just keep talking because I keep
No,
getting threads.
Got it.
I keep
It
getting
was-
more and more.
It was
and more.
amazing, and a lot of what you said, the ageism thing, it doesn't really bother me, because with more people over the age of 40 like me, there are more of us than there are of them, and so the people react and relate to people that are like them.
Right.
So that's one of the things that I was
And
thinking
I
about.
did feel that you didn't relate to it that much in this life, but I did get it from the past lives.
It could very well be.
And because in some cultures, when you get old, there's a lot of respect, but there are other cultures, when you get old, they
Like
literally
here.
abandon you. So
Right.
you've been in all different types, and so we were addressing the ones where being older, as I said, especially as a male, although you've been in many female lives, but as a male, when your strength in a lot of these, more primitive, middle-aged, dark age, tribal lifetimes that we've all had on this and many planets, the strength of the man is really important. So when the strength started to deteriorate, or there's injury, or there's, the speed of being able to, be a hunter and,
Right.
that kind
I
of.
was not the hunter. I was the cooker. I know that in a past life.
I'm sure you've been a cooker, but we've had tens and hundreds of thousands of lives, not just a few.
Okay.
So you've been a cooker and a hunter.
Got it.
You've also been a gatherer. You've been female in many
Yes.
lives. So.
And I'm in touch with my feminine side.
Oh,
and,
good.
And I know that I am.
Good.
Right. I do know that.
Oh, good.
I have questions.
Okay.
Do we have time for this?
Yeah, we
Yeah?
do.
Oh, goody.
Oh, yeah.
When?
When
See,
what?
I have no more patience. I have no more. I want to know when this expansion starts. You said now.
It starts now.
It starts now.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So somebody has hopefully
Now-
called me on my cell phone offering me a game show host. Okay. Good.
Okay, now let me tell you what it doesn't mean. Years ago, someone I know who's a good friend who was in the same group when I first learned this information was told that he was going to be a famous actor. So 6 months went by and nothing happened. So he goes back to the source and says, well, I'm going to be a famous actor, but nothing's happened. And she's the gal, the woman, Joan Culpepper, she says, well, what did you do? And he said, what do you mean what I do? I sat by the phone waiting for the call.
Aha. There has to be action.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
I have a similar story. I had a friend who was a psychic, and he did a reading on a young woman who wanted to get married, and he said, you will get married. And about a year goes by, and they see each other again. She says, you're terrible at this, because I didn't get married. And he said, well, what did you do? She said, well, I waited at home for my knight and his white horse and the shiny stuff to come, and so
it
it's
did.
the same thing. You
Right.
have to have action as part of it.
Yeah, you're your own directing identity. You are responsible for your life. So, but what's going to happen is doors will open, insights will come. Oh, I never thought to work on something, or I always thought maybe I wouldn't be good at it. I might give it a try. That kind of thing. So it'll start with the insights, with the ideas. maybe you'll get a call or somebody will say to you something that you've heard 16 times before, but you never consider it, and suddenly you'll say, well, why not? And that's how it goes. So it starts right in the beginning, and then doors will open.
But I'm responsible.
100%.
100%. So I have to do something.
Well, just be open, because
Got it.
you started the creation from within.
Right.
Your pathways have been open, have been created. You've got that creative life force energy working really hard, and
You have no idea.
and so it's going to happen. It just, and the higher selves, I rarely ever get any kind of predictions, because we're in that free will kingdom, and it's only a matter of probability. So they rarely give predictions, because
Can we
tomorrow.
ask? Come on, guys. I'm sorry. I know. They don't do
If
that.
they do answer and that sort of thing, they'll say, well, the probabilities haven't been set yet. Or the probability is that such and such would happen, but it could change tomorrow. They're very careful, because it's the free will kingdom.
Sure.
And so they don't predict. Doesn't mean that predictions can't work, but I don't get into them, and I'm just as happy so that I don't
Sure.
have someone come and say, what, you told me I'd be married in a year, what
Right,
happened?
exactly. I know,
But I can
understand
see
that.
it. I see the power that you're carrying. I see the unlimited quality. It's just very exciting. And I saw you open up that avenue.
You also said something about 5 different skills or talent
Gifts or
levels.
talents, yeah.
Do you know what those are?
I might very well have been able to address each one of them in a longer time.
Right.
But I didn't even try to focus in. But communication is definitely one.
So you will let my wife know that I am a communicator.
Well,
Hi, honey.
Communication comes in a lot of different forms. It seems to be almost the bedrock, or what I'm feeling now is it's like the bedrock or the foundation for a lot of what you may do. I mean, obviously, through your video, through your producing, through your radio show, communication is a factor.
And through hosting.
Writing.
Writing, yes, I do that
Yeah.
as well.
So communication is part of the foundation, but it does feel like there's more there. But communication is one, but there's more here. There's a tremendous ability to empathize. Empathy is a big one.
I am a moon child.
And that plays out in a lot of your fields. But there are avenues. I mean, I'm just going to throw this out there, but this is what I mean by unrelated, and I don't know why I'm getting this, but writing lyrics to a song, for example.
Maybe a Broadway show. I don't know.
I'm not saying at
Yeah,
all.
I know.
I'm not getting that. But
Got it.
oh, happy
Oh, my goodness.
birthday!
God, you guys, that is so nice. I don't.
It's his birthday.
Look at that.
I pretended
Oh.
that I'd forgotten.
Yeah, got it. Oh, you did. Thank
There were
you.
supposed to be candles. Maybe they're not allowed to light them in here.
Yeah, they took them out. I see that.
Yeah.
And there wouldn't have been enough room anyway. Thank you very much. I don't know. Guys, can you see that close up? You got it? Okay, good. I'm Vanna White. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's,
Oh, you're so welcome. It's an ice cream cake.
Oh,
so
it's-
we had to do it toward the end of the show. But
got it. I just have to say, Janet and I did connect and all that. But being here in Hollywood, okay, where the studios for T-Radio V are, I was born just minutes from here.
I think that's just so fun.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And grew up. The guys don't care. They're not even smiling.
Your camera's
They don't
this
care.
one.
I know, but I was
Oh.
looking at the crew.
I know.
They're
They're great guys back there.
They are, but he wasn't smiling. I felt.
He's
Okay.
now.
He is now.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to turn the camera around. We'll see him. But the being here in Hollywood, I mean, I do, coming into town and doing voiceovers and things like that. There's always an energy, because I live in Ventura County, which is a little sleepier than LA, and it's a lot of agricultural, and they don't have studios like this.
Right.
So.
Well, it's like Old Home Week. A lot of sentimentality, I'm thinking.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Driving around, and the day we're doing this live on July 12th. Checks are gratefully accepted, by the way. My wife and my son are bringing me to a surprise restaurant here in Hollywood tonight. I don't know where.
Oh, so are you staying in Hollywood for the day?
No, I'm
and
going
you-
home and then I'm coming back.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, I'm so glad you got to see Tradiov, isn't it? It's a great
It's
spot.
a great little facility. It
Yeah,
really is. Thank you,
It really
Mike.
is. I
And-
know. I feel comfortable here, and it's so nice. I feel really
This-
comfortable here.
And, oh boy, this blew me away.
And you notice there was no singing.
Well,
No candles and no singing? I mean, I was thinking we'd nix the singing, but the candles, I don't know, maybe they're not allowed to, you know.
yeah, it
I'm
could,
sure.
well, sing. If I have to write lyrics, you can sing.
But I want to just tell you, the reason
Yes.
I thought of that music thing is
Yes.
because a couple of years ago when I was maybe 3 or 4 years ago, no, maybe it was 3, I was really moving into the unlimited things. And 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I would never have considered having written a book, being in this career, being on this TV radio show, none of that, having groups. And one day I just said to myself, and I don't even really listen to music. I love music when other people have it on, but I don't even listen. And one day I just said, I'm going to write a song. And I did.
Oh, my.
I sat down and wrote the lyrics, not the tune.
music,
And I
right.
sent it to a friend of mine who does write music, and he actually put it to music. Never went anywhere, and that wasn't what I was interested in. But you'd be surprised. You might just sit down one day and say to yourself, I'm going to try to do a play on Broadway.
Well,
Maybe you're going to meet somebody, and just connecting with them, things are going to be triggered in your mind.
If the only minor regret that I have is that I didn't pursue some acting when I was younger, because I've always loved musical theater because my father liked it.
Now, do you sing?
I can carry a tune from here to there.
Well, then writing a song isn't necessarily all that.
Well,
Surprising.
it's not at the top of my hit list or hit parade list,
Right.
but I do enjoy music, and I'm very selective. I'm eclectic but selective. Everything from jazz to, even rock. But the Broadway show music reminds me of my dad.
Oh.
So
So you've been around music, so maybe.
yeah,
But you never know.
listen. I don't say
You're
no to anything.
Yeah, that's it. You're moving away a lot of those barriers. Well, I really can't do that, or it's too late, or
No.
No.
I can do anything.
Yeah.
Probably. Well, actually, I thought about this the other day. If somebody said, "Mark, we need you to host something,"
Like a game show.
like a game show, but we need you to jump out of an airplane and parachute into the studio, I might have some problems with that, but I would probably do it. And we'll get Drew and guys to capture that.
Okay.
All right?
They're laughing back there.
Now I finally got them. All right. Good.
Well, I love the attitude. I love the openness. I think that's why it really went very quickly. You opened very quickly because you already have that in this.
Right.
You already have that in your mind now, the approach now. So what we did really was past life because you're ready for it at the soul level.
I've been ready for it
For a
at
long-
the physical level, too. May I just say, if people are interested in listening to Janet and other people about spirituality and health, latenighthealth.com.
Yes, you may certainly.
Okay, I asked, but I just did it. Latenighthealth.com.
Well, it was my
And-
job, but you see, he's such a good host. He's doing it for himself.
And hey, if you don't ask, you can't.
Yes, latenighthealth.com is the website,
Right.
and it's really a great show.
Thank
It
you.
brings so many interesting people on, really exposes the listeners to a lot of ideas.
Well, you'll have to come back and you'll co-host with me one day.
Oh,
All right.
I would love it.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
certainly would love it.
We'll arrange that.
Okay.
Sometime in August.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All
August
right.
is good.
You got it.
Because it's already July.
I know.
Right?
Middle of July.
Unbelievable.
Right.
Happy birthday, Mark. And
Thank you
I just
very
want to tell
much.
the viewers next week, I have Rose's mom, Millie, on. She is a terrific lady. I think you'll all enjoy her. She also wants some sort of expansion. I'm not sure yet exactly what, but we'll see. Thank you so much, Mark. I really appreciate it.
Janet, thank you for having me. Do I get to come back sometime?
Would you like?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I would love to have, you're the easiest because you do half the hosting for me.
Well,
Love that.
I'm like a bull in a china shop.
Oh, I love it. You might
Yeah.
have to find some new area of expansion, or maybe we'll
Right.
look into something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I
don't
look
know.
forward to it.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
All
thank
right.
you so much.
Thanks a
and
lot,
I'll see you
Janet.
next week, viewers. Thank you for tuning in.
You are watching T Radio V, Radio and TV.